Hello, this is Kazu.Log What I. Thank you for listening to my podcast program, and the title is Habit Craft for Your Future and Transforming Thoughts and Actions. And this program was originally created to let me speak about the future and habit craft so that you can build a better future, and also how we gonna translate them into action so that we can build what we really want to create in our future. But I've been doing a lot of things, and I've been speaking with the director, and I don't think we necessarily have to try to fit everything in this habit craft concept. And sometimes I'll need to speak about updates, latest things that I have encountered, experienced, and thought. So today will be such kind of a day, and I'm gonna speak something about what I experienced through attending the TED Talks event, which was held in Vancouver, Canada, last week. So it has been kind of a wish, and somebody may say that it has been a dream to be the participants to attend the TED event. And of course, I myself is a TEDx speaker, so I have a content to deliver by myself, but most of all, I really wanted to be part of the community, learn about what is happening in the world, and there should be obviously a lot of great people worldwide, and wanted to touch them. And so therefore, attending the TED event was, apart from what I'm usually speaking, is really, really kind of a meaningful experience for me to be exposed to many brilliant people's thoughts and ideas. And I was stunned with what everybody have been doing. So we had 88, close to 90 speakers in the week, starting from Monday and ending in the morning of Friday, which you can calculate it. There are a lot of people speaking, and each people will speak only less than 20 minutes. So the kind of event was organized very, very well, so that people can come in and come out. This organization has a 40 years of history, so they have been doing this long time, and so they know what to do. And of course, I'm gonna need to dive into the topic, because talking about how the event experience, those kind of things, of course, probably that is interesting, but the main topic of this week was so important, and kind of so convincing for many of us who have participated. I guess there was around 2,000 people be there, and the tone of the entire conference was that, and of course, the main theme is AI and human. So now we are kind of crossing the corner of okay, the AI has come, or generative AI, whichever one you say, but AI is great, and there used to, I don't know when, but some people had a skepticism towards this technology or idea, and but now obviously people cannot doubt how great it is and how great it's going to be, and there's no doubt for that. And then the next question, and also the big lying theme for the conference was that how do we live in the era of AI? And apparently, this question is existing anywhere in any kind of part of the world. However, the deepest understanding of this is that it's not just about living. It's rather more like how we're gonna survive in the era of the new era that we're going to coexist with AI. And there are a lot of assumptions behind this, like who are we when we talk about this? And of course, I would assume that we in this context is going to be human being as opposed to the AIs or robots or technologies. And also, what does it mean by survive? I didn't clearly hear the word of survive, but obviously it really sounded like that. So the reason is our the human being's life is obviously threatened. We are in danger. So therefore, we need to have a plan how we're gonna deal with the new coming era. Not just this is great, we can do a lot of things. We already have passed that moment. And the speed is extremely fast. And I've heard like Mr. Eric Schmidt, who have been the CEOs of the Google. And of course, he have kind of stepped down from that role. And it's not just yesterday. It has been several years since he has taken a shift. Even so, he is obviously kind of placing himself in the center of the technology, even if he's not the CEO of the Google, all the information becomes. But of course, he's not a super young guy, like he's a matured professional, but he is, borrowing his word, he is surprised with the speed, how fast the things are happening. So even the people who are in the middle center of the technology, the people are surprised with what's happening and the speed that is happening. And also I have heard the word from so actually Mr. Sharp was invited, and also the Sam Altman, who is CEO of ChatGPT, was invited, and he had been speaking, kind of being interviewed. Usually the TED Talks is conducted by the speaker solely standing on the stage, but some people who are, I guess it's because they are busy, and their purpose is not to deliver something. Their purpose is to like a kind of deliver the presentation per se, but rather than the context is more important. So there, in that case, is sometimes only out of 88, I guess 4 or 5 people have been asked to do that in structure. Kind of Chris Anderson, who is owner of TED and also the organizer in this event, was interviewing, sitting on the sofa and interviewing Mr. Sam Altman, and he is of course one of the centric person who is in the middle, in the center. So he knows the speed, and because he is controlling or accelerating the speed of development of the technologies. So therefore, he obviously knows how things are going well or fast. And so therefore, the conclusion is this. So artificial intelligence and the one that is called AGI. So that is the one that she can think on her own and do things, make a decision, or I have to be clear about the definition, but something beyond the AGS. It's really like you start to become like a human being. It's getting close, and it's not so far. It's the entire conclusion of which we have heard from many speakers. So And the period, the years that we are left is similarly interesting. Similarly, the word that we've heard is 5 years from now. 5 years from now, we will have a super intelligent AI that is going to be able to take over many of our works. And of course that means that it will release from us from the work burden, and at the same time release us from thinking about things in cases. And that is going to be obviously extremely improve our productivity and efficiency, and there is no opportunity for us to compete against the AI. And therefore, the early generation who are kids now, or maybe a younger teenager, or those people are never going to be able to win against AI in terms of thinking speed and memory and all those things. So that's one point. And also, we may potentially lose control against the AI. This is going to be something like a science fiction, but we don't know what's going to happen. And the problem is that we don't know what's going to happen. So it's really hard to. This is interesting that this is coming from the really intelligent people who are thinking and planning about a lot of things, but they say that we don't know what's going to happen. So even if those people who are the experts and thinking about these things, if they say that they don't know what's going to happen when the AI evolves within the 5 years, and there's no way to stop it, because there are always China and the United States are competing with two big giant AI development center, and we don't know. There's no one single Mr. China, or there's no one single Mr. America. But even so, there are a lot of people working on this, and there are definitely going to one of them, or one team of somebody is going to develop the AI that can think on their own. Whether they have an emotion is I don't know, but at least they are able to think on their own and maybe give an order to human being. So, and given that those are going to be developed, so nobody will know what's going to happen. So during that period, within only 5 years, and we have to work together, obviously, to create a structure that will be able to contain or control that situation. And of course, if the AI is so smart, they will be able to find routes that can somehow get out of that. And we will also need to think about that. It's going to be a very, very hard competition. And of course, there are no doubts that it's going to be very helpful at the same time. So those kind of things can be presented, but at the same time, there are a lot of deep fake of the visual. So we don't know on the internet. Somebody says that's being asked how much percent of the videos on the internet are fake video. The person said that I guess it's more than 50% are fake. So if you look at Instagram or Twitter, X, or Facebook, or whatever, if you see interesting, funny, or appealing movies or videos, like 50% of them are generated from not real. They are the AI generated thing or something like that. So what will happen is that's going to be 80%. So most of the things are lies. So it's funny, it's interesting. So, but also things are coming, and we are in the middle, and we don't know where we are. So the entire tone is kind of trying to be positive as much as possible, but basically we are scared very intelligent people are scared and a little bit close to pessimistic, kind of worried about things, and trying to put a positive spin and trying to be active, positive, and trying to find out a way. And that was the entire tone. So looking back and going back to Japan and listening to all the entrepreneurs' motivated speech, and they speak about what they can do with technology and all those things. Maybe that's true. But I myself am optimist. So I'm try to be optimistic, but also I'm naturally optimistic. But even so, I've been thinking about this for a couple of years. So I was so glad to hear that many people on the stage or sitting around me was also sitting around us was also great people a lot. So they are thinking about the same thing, and it was so nice. So that is for today, and there are more that I can update, not only about the TED, but that I learned all over the world. So I sometimes I would speak about the things that I have newly found and or maybe newly encountered, so that we could provide some good tip for you. Thank you for listening, and please, if you have something that you want to ask, we have a form that is called Oshiete Hitano-san. Maybe you can write in. I don't know if you can read, but you can write in English as well. So if there's anything that you want to ask or speak with me, please send a note, and I look into it and try to catch up. All right, thank you very much. It was a little bit long, but look forward to speaking with you. Bye bye.